So I'm going to go ahead and start with a continuous line drawing example for you. I have a couple of things I could draw for continuous line. I can choose to draw maybe this pair of scissors. I'd like to make them a little bit more interesting. I can choose my coffee cup. It's up to me what I draw for a continuous line drawing. But you're going to need a pen, some sort of an object. It could be a water bottle. It could be, just grab a palette or some paint brushes or something from around the room. I have all kinds of things you can look at. Hand models, stuff like that if you would like. But a continuous line drawing is that you're going to be putting your mark on the paper and you're not going to be lifting up your pen. You just keep going with the same line. So it's very loose. It helps you to be a little bit more immediate with your marks so they look a little bit more secure, even if you're feeling insecure. And the cool thing about continuous line is that it trains your eyes to kind of guide your hand a little bit better than just constantly checking and rechecking and being all sketchy, right? So a lot of you guys, when you start your drawings, you draw like this, right? You make little sketchy marks. With a continuous line, you can't make a sketchy mark. It's just going to keep moving, right? Your line just keeps going. And it goes back and forth across the page, and you just keep recording the visual information that you see in front of you. So to make this a little bit easier, I'm just going to put my scissors kind of here so you can sort of start to see them. I'm going to move them just a little bit so I have a little bit more space. And I am going to train my eye to move at the same pace as my hand, if that makes sense, right? So I'm going to put my pen down. I'm going to look at my object. And I'm just going to draw what I see. Go to the tiny inside part here and then come back in that shadow area. And there's all these funky little lines in here, these grips, right? And if I get to a point where it's like, oh, I have to jump down off of here to get to another part, that's okay. I come down to here and then this goes across, comes over here, there's a shadow here, comes around, meets up with that shadow. There's this little cirky thing in here, and there's a little cirky thing in here. Cirky's not a real word, I know that. And I'm going to come over here and go down to the edge of my scissors where it kind of bends down, comes around. And there's this little bump down here where the other part of the scissors, the other cutting blade comes in here, comes up. There's a shadow here, so I can use that shadow. Come back around to the bottom part here, and then get this bottom part of the blade. And then I get to a point where there's really not much I can do. I'm going to put this other shadow here. I can cross up through here if I want to come over to the back part of this scissors and get the other part of the handle. There's like these weird little tears in my handle. And now I have a continuous line drawing of these scissors. Okay. I could put in all this information too. I wouldn't be able to lift up my pen if I go to do that. And that's fine. You just draw across it. Very immediate, very simple. You need to use a pen. And your lines need to have this type of quality to them. They are not like this. They are not sketchy. They have confidence, but they show careful observation. If you look closely, you can tell I did not travel quickly with my pen in any one place. I was looking at what I was drawing, and I was carefully recording what I was drawing. So your goal for this must-do activity is to draw at least 3 objects that use continuous line, and you draw them in pen. You can use an ultrafine Sharpie if you don't have a ballpoint pen, or ballpoint pen, don't use my really fancy nice pens. Just grab a pen that you have handy if you want. I've got some other colorful pens you can use that are cheap. I don't care about. But this is what you're going to do, and it's going to be on newsprint. Remember, the newsprint is that flimsier paper on the center table. But have fun with it. And this is definitely going to help you learn how to draw better, so trust me on that one, and have a good time.